Okay, so we are continuing in Mishlei, Perek Vav, Pasuk Daled. Al titen shena le'enecha, don't bring sleep to your eyes, utnuma le'afapecha, or slumber to your pupils. So this is referring to...
Teachers, not students.
Yeah, so this is, we're talking about, yes, very good. Yesterday we're talking about students versus dayanim, students of learning Torah versus dayanim. So he says like this, the difference between sleep and slumber to your pupils is, we use slumber in English is it means a deep sleep, but like the kind of a light sleep to your pupils, he says, is real sleep, your mind is shut off. You're no more, like, your mind is shut off. But sometimes when a person's taking a nap, so his eyes are closed, he's lying down, but he didn't fall asleep, and he'll answer you if you ask him something. Or he might be even in a daze or halfway sleeping, and he'll be able to still answer. So that's when your eyes, let's say, are closed. So one is like an outer sleep, and one is an inner sleep, a deep sleep, where your mind is actually shut off. So he says that, that's also the difference between the lomdei Torah, or he says dayanim. Or he said yesterday that the lomdim are learning more in theory, and their decisions don't impact people's lives as opposed to dayanim. And therefore, he says that the lomdim are the ones that it says don't fall asleep in a deep sleep, meaning on the inside, meaning because they're learning more insular in the Bet Midrash, etc. And when you're stuck on something, what's the halakha in this case? Don't fall asleep on it. You want to get to the bottom of it and make sure that you get it correctly. The dayanim, not only should they not fall asleep on the deeper sleep, even on the outside, meaning they're the ones that are on the outside that are going to be making decisions that affect people's lives, and therefore even on an outer sleep, so to speak, meaning an outer decision, they shouldn't fall asleep on it if they don't have things clear, and they need to become a baki. They need to become a what's a good word for baki? What's a good word for baki? An expert in Torah as best as they can. And now the Gaon of Vilna says something even more that a dayan needs to have. The Torah says, "Ki hashochad ya'aver enei chachamim." So bribery will blind the eyes of the chachamim. And there's another pasuk that says, "Ki hashochad ya'aver enei pikchim." The shochad bribery will blind the eyes of the wise. So he says, why are dayanim called chachamim, and they're also called wise? So he says, chachamim is chachamim in Torah. Wise is you need to know the way of the world as well. So, because when people come to you for a case, if you don't know, let's say, how a machine functions or how business is run, and he asks you about business, sometimes it might, the way of the world, you'll need that wisdom as well in order to plug that in. So he says, you need the Chachmei Torah, and you need to be connected to Inyanei HaOlam Hazeh, to connect to the things of this world, the happenings of this world, so that could also help with the dayan to get a full picture of the halakha, of the case, and to properly give the proper law. One last pasuk on this. Hinatzel kitzvi miyad uchtzipor miyad yakush. You have to save yourself like a deer from the hands of the hunter, and like a bird from the hands of the trapper. So here as well, he says the deer is compared to the dayan, and the bird is compared to the regular learner. And he explains as follows, that the deer is a bigger animal, and that's like a dayan is a kind of a bigger than a lomed, than a regular learner. But a learner is like a bird, where he can fly. He's still growing, and if he grows to high levels, he can still get to even higher levels than, let's say, the dayan is kind of maybe peaked at. He could still grow and go greater. And he says we have to save ourselves from the hands of the trapper, and that means that if like we said yesterday, if you get trapped, you get cornered in your learning as a lomed, speak to your friends to help you understand something. If you get trapped as a dayan with your decision that you made, go retract on it and have that anava, have that humility to retract. Say, you know what, I said the wrong thing, and to come forth. But the way that you also save yourself from being trapped is becoming a baki and becoming an expert as best as you can in Torah, and therefore by learning as much as you can and becoming an expert, then you will have less situations that you'll be trapped in, be it as a student or be it as a dayan. B'ezrat Hashem, may we strengthen ourselves to become bikiim, baki, an expert in tefillah, an expert in mitzvot, an expert in Torah. B'ezrat Hashem. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen. Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya omer Tzak Kadosh Baruch Hu לזכות את ישראל לפי כך יבוא עליהם דרום בסוף שנאמר אדוני חפץ למען צדקו יגדיר תורה וידיר